Hey guys, Chris Nash, president of LSEO, as you know, a full-service digital marketing agency. Wanted to talk to you briefly today about content marketing, what it is, the importance of it, how that's really shifted in most recent times as it relates to SEO. So the first question I think we obviously want to know is, what is content marketing? And at its most basic level, you're talking about written content. I think when people hear of content marketing, they automatically assume text. And I think the first correction to make there is, when you're talking about content, we want to go beyond that. We want to talk about video content. We want to talk about infographics and other interactive graphics or presentations as well. The idea is to create content that is digestible in a digital format. And some of that can even support offline methods as well. So if you're posting things and getting it published in news stories, there could be some supplements that go out on the web with actual print magazines and newspapers, so you get that benefit as well. But on its most basic level, that's what we're talking about. I think we've all heard the expression "content is king," and I think the real motivation around that phrase, and I think why it's been sitting out there for so long, is because people understand at this point that it's about creating real value behind your content. That's, I think, should be attached to that statement. It's not just about throwing content out there. So I guess the question is, well, why is this important? I think the reason it's important is because Google's getting smarter. This is not just about manipulating your website so it has the appropriate SEO structure and SEO tags and everything attached to it. The content and the information you're putting forward has to be useful, has to be valuable in some way. So that's really what the crux of that "content is king" statement should be about. It's about useful, valuable, engaging content that's really worthy of being published. And in the end, I think that's what Google's looking for. They're looking to rank the top, realistically, you're talking about the top 10 because nobody goes past the first page of Google, but they're looking to decide what's worth putting in that top 10. And our job as business owners, as content writers, as marketers, is to create things that are worthy of being ranked on that first page. So I think one of the biggest concerns, or let's say issues, that people have when they start a content strategy is they say, oh, we need a blog, and they just start crafting pieces of content. The problem with that is they just throw a bunch of stuff out there and hope some of it sticks. Now, if you get lucky and you write in the right verticals and you actually write related to the business, you may get some traction there. But what we've seen time and time again, and one of the ways we actually drive a lot of business here at LSEO, is that brands come to us and they say, well, we're just not ranking. We have a blog, like, what's going on? The first thing we do is we look at the blog and we go, this doesn't connect with your either primary terms that are going to rank in the website. They're not connected to the business model. It's not woven into the website in a way that's actually supporting what Google wants to see. So that's really an issue. The first step is backing up a moment and actually building a proper content keyword strategy. So one of the first things we do as an organization, it happens pretty much for all clients, whether or not they're coming in on the paid media side or they're coming in for SEO help, we do a comprehensive keyword analysis and competitor analysis to see what's ranking out there. And then we use that tool to build a content and keyword strategy. That same thought process needs to be applied to content creation and in general content marketing. So what is an ideal piece of content? I already touched on this, but the first real, most important aspect is that content needs to be useful, informative, newsworthy, or in general engaging. And everyone throws out that it's an overused word, but the idea that you're trying to build something viral, that really is the goal. But viral gets overused, and it's very difficult to craft a viral piece of content. So really, but I will tell you, even versus cat videos and those cute videos on Facebook, useful information gets shared like 6 to 10 times more often than that stuff, than like emotionally driven pieces. So really, I would really argue that you should push towards useful, engaging, and informative content. Obviously, you have to craft it with an SEO-friendly structure, with SEO in mind. One other thing I think that I think is a big mistake is a lot of companies create a blog once they hear, oh, well, we need a content strategy, and they build a blog, and they stick this blog in isolation on their website. Some of them even put it in subdomains, or they build an entirely separate website, sort of news at lseo.com, as opposed to making it part of the website. I think that's generally a mistake. Not that you can't build an independent, informative blog that's actually going to support the site, But if you weave it into your existing content, so if you have pages on the web, like let's take our business. If you have pages on the web that talk about content marketing, we should build supporting pieces that like this piece, for example. This video we're doing right now is a piece of content marketing for content marketing. We're going to put it on our website. We're going to put it on YouTube. We're going to connect it to the sections on our site that talk about this stuff. And then in turn, it's going to create value for the content that sits on our website today. Because we obviously have a piece on the website that talks about this, versus the alternative where we craft one blog article about content marketing, stick it out there, and it sits in isolation. Imagine instead we put that piece on the web, attached it to the content marketing, portion of the website, and added this video to it. See the difference of what I'm talking about? I think that's exactly what we're talking about, and hopefully we're providing some value in this video. So just to quickly go back to what makes a valuable piece of content, obviously you want to connect the internal links on that page. You want to point out to the relevant parts of the website that you talk about in that piece, and you want to point into that piece of content when it's relevant just the same. You need a two-way street there to tell Google that it's related to other aspects on the site. And it's okay to link out. That's actually important. You want to link out to authoritative pieces that you might reference or cite in the article or blog post or content piece itself. Beyond that, people have always talked about the length of the piece. So there's this sort of the old model's 500 to 700 words, which is still good. I think you want enough meat on the bone to actually say something important. And, weak content doesn't rank. You have to have something there that's valuable. Now, I wouldn't stick content in there just for the sake of it or add fluff. Add value. And the other kind of easy model here is to go look at what ranks on the website today. So if you're trying to craft a piece of content around a topic, do a search for it and see what's ranking. And then make a better version of that thing that's out there. Make it more informative, make it more valuable, make it more useful. Add video to it, add infographics that are easily shared, stuff like that. I know infographics themselves are kind of an outdated methodology on their own, but there's still value in them if they're done really well and they provide value. So again, one of the best ways to do this is to go out and do a research piece and highlight something that news organizations would share. And then contact a PR company like ourselves, and we'll help you get that published on important places on the web, which, of course, that's going to get you links back to the organization or business or channel or whatever it is you're trying to market. That's really part of the goal here, is for other people to see value in this and then to either link to it or visit it because it starts to rank. Because Google is tracking that. If something starts to get traction, Google prioritizes it and says, hey, people think this is useful. They're sticking around, it's getting good click-through, and it's getting good time on site, so people aren't bouncing back off. So that's really it. I mean, I think that's what we're talking about. On one level, you got to keep it simple, stupid. Create good, valuable, informative, engaging content, and then get it out there on the web. And then the final piece of that is make sure you connect that back to the parts of the website you're trying to promote and make it a two-way street. And what that's going to do, it's going to basically attach you as an authority on your topic or business or service or whatever it is you're trying to promote. Just make sure you do it with a strategy in mind. An organization like ours can obviously help you with that, but we're totally interested in helping you build an internal version of that within your own organization to go out and do this. Anyway, hopefully this was informative. We really appreciate your time as always with us. Thank you so much. Go out there and kick butt.